the whole story.
Hi, and welcome to the Trading Bell Show. Now, we want to get to a little bit of matters manufacturing, especially in terms of vehicles and things that enable us to do business. And we have camped right here at Isuzu, East Africa, as you can see. And we have set up right here, just outside the MD's office, and she's right inside there. So I want to invite her, then we get into our conversation. Rita, we're ready for you. Welcome to our set.
Welcome, Maina, to Isuzu East Africa. Nice to see you.
Absolutely, same to you. Kavashi, welcome to the show.
Thank you, Maina.
It's good to have you here. It's been some time. We were saying we need to hear your voice, and finally we're here. Let me start the conversation by not making any assumption. Of course, we have seen your brands outside and really enabling people to move. But in a nutshell, how would you introduce Isuzu to the people?
I would say Isuzu East Africa was established way back in 1975.
Wow.
As a partnership between the government of Kenya and then General Motors Corporation. And that was just about after independence, when the government was looking for investors to invest in the country. And that is how then General Motors was established. In 2017, we changed hands, where Isuzu Motors Limited of Japan bought 57 stakes of 57% of the shares of General Motors, and we transitioned our company into Isuzu East Africa.
Sure.
So we're in the business of actually assembly of motor vehicles right here in this factory. We are in the business of distribution, and our distribution of the Isuzu products that we sell is done through our dealer network. We only have one store here, and we have 2 dealers in our export market. So we have about 500 employees that are working here.
Wow.
In a nutshell, that is it.
Okay.
Isuzu is the brand that we sell, and we are mainly in the business of commercial vehicles.
Okay.
1-ton pickup, all the way to 30-ton trucks.
And I've also seen a lot of school buses as well, even as they came.
We are market leader in that space, so we provide all the school buses as well for PSV application, institutions and schools.
Excellent. Let's talk about what you're seeing in terms of reception to your customers and growth over the years. What would be your sentiments on that so far?
We see a lot of opportunity. We have been in this market, as I've said, since 1975.
You're right.
And we have seen several cyclic situations of opportunities and not so much. But we believe we are here in the long run. And in the last 4 years, Isuzu East Africa has spent 3 billion in expansion. We started with the expansion of our pickup line, where we brought back the pickup trucks used to be produced in our plant in South Africa. We brought the pickup back here because we see opportunity, and we wanted to reduce a cost, and there was also incentive from the government that when you produce locally, then you don't have to pay taxes such as import duty, and we thought that was a big opportunity for us and as for our customers as well, who are looking to save every penny in their business. We launched the dynamic test unit, which is safety enhancement, a feature to support our production and safety of the vehicles that we produced. In June this year, we brought in His Excellency the President to launch our paint plant. We call it electro-deposition paint facility. And what this has done is that it has increased our production capacity from 11,000 vehicles per annum to 18,000 units per annum. So an additional 7,000 units that we can produce in this plant. All this is in the backdrop of the opportunities that we see both in Kenya as well as regional to expand our footprint into our export market, because this is where we are anchoring. And in the backdrop of that is the whole conversation around Africa Free Trade Area. How can we position Kenya as a strategic hub to be able to supply the regional markets?
Speaking about what you launched, the electro disposition paint plant, I think just for the sake of our viewers to understand it, I understand this is the first in the region, right? And so we are having vehicles painted as fast. I want to use my mere language, painted as fast, the ones that we see somersaulting, right?
Yes. So it's very interesting because traditionally we would do spray painting. And of course that takes time, and also you cannot assure quality, and there's some components of a vehicle that are hidden. So the paint gun might not be able to penetrate that deep. So the electrodeposition paint plant is now enhancing that, and we can be able to bake and assure high level of quality, especially for customers who are using like pickups and all that. They're very sensitive about how the quality of that paint is coming out. How are we going to assure a quality as far as erosion is concerned and all that? So yes, increases productivity, quality of the product that we produce, and of course the whole issue around capacity enhancement, because paint process is very labor intensive, and therefore that reduces the cost of labor, because then you can be able to use the plant more efficiently.
You're right. Let's talk about something you mentioned, and I want to point out at Isuzu's contribution to the economy. From what you've mentioned, for example, over 500 persons working here, definitely that's has a direct impact to the economy. But I'm sure from where you sit, you can be able to see if this happened, we would be able even to double our numbers. We would be able to do this kind of things, and that has an effect to the economy. I would want to see what are you thinking about, so that at least you can grow in that particular sector where it touches more lives and even the economy, and as well as touch on the headwinds, because one of the things that we see is debates outside there where people say, let me bring my vehicle from somewhere else and the likes. And, you know, those could be challenges that probably are hitting you. I know that's quite a mouthful, but I wanted to just speak into that.
Yeah, so like the investments that we have made is an indication that there is possibility to actually double the production capacity of Kenya.
Absolutely.
So when you look at Kenya as a country, we have installed capacity to produce about 40,000 vehicles per annum.
Wow.
Currently, we are producing less than 10,000 vehicles per annum, taking 2023 as a year of review. Less than 10,000 trucks and buses that we're producing locally. So you can see we have 30,000 capacity that is installed. So why are we continuing to invest? We are continuing to invest because there are a host of policy interventions that we think will open up the opportunity first locally. And this is the country has implemented the automotive policy. And the automotive policy is supposed to form what we call an automotive council. Already it has passed through parliament. Now the government is in the process of creating the regulations, and it's going to be the first time that actually Kenya has come up with an auto policy. We have been investing in good faith, but for the first time we have a policy. So we think with that policy, there are beautiful interventions there, where, for instance, when you import CKD, you're not charged import duty. And there is also opportunity to reduce the importation of second-hand vehicles, because countries that have developed like Egypt, South Africa, have developed because of policy interventions that stimulate growth and demand for locally produced vehicles. South Africa today is producing about 500,000 vehicles per annum. And they don't allow importation of second-hand vehicles. So Kenya is going to do that in a graduated manner. For instance, as I've indicated, we already have capacity to produce 40,000 commercial vehicles in Kenya. We are only producing about 10,000 vehicles. So this is where the window of opportunity is today. So the government, through a standard called KS 1515 has already stopped restricted importation of second-hand vehicles, commercial trucks from 3 ton all the way to 30 ton.
Okay.
It's right now in the process of implementation. What does that mean? It means that we will move from producing roughly, in a good year, 12,000 trucks per annum to about 24,000 trucks per annum. So we will double our local production, and that's why we have already invested in anticipation to be able to first double production. And when we double production in Kenya, you can imagine the multiplier effect of that.
Absolutely.
About 10,000 new jobs will be created straight, additional opportunities in allied services production, employment will be created, those industries will grow. Today, seed supplies, spring supplies, the growth is limited, but when we unlock that opportunity, those companies will also double their production, and the number of people that they will hire is going to be also doubled. So there's really a beautiful window of opportunity here, anchoring on the policy and implementation of the standard, and then looking strategically now as Kenya as a serious hub for the East African region and eventually for Africa free trade.
Wow.
It's coming.
Absolutely, absolutely. Speaking about the AfCFTA, one question will be, you have already expanded in the region, and your brand has quite grown. In fact, I would like you to mention on that. Where do you position your brand now, looking at it, especially across the region? And are you seeing the opportunity with the opening up of these markets?
There's a lot of opportunity in Kenya itself. Our leadership is at 52% of the market, so very, very strong in Kenya because of the great partnerships that are here. Our banking sector that we depend on to finance most of our customers who are retail has really grown, and the banking community working with us, we can co-create very interesting financing packages to take care of different customer segments. It is not the same in the regional markets. So, for instance, Isuzu is present in Uganda, Tanzania, Rwanda, and Burundi. And one key opportunity we see is in the financing. How can we leverage the banks that are going regional? Like, for instance, we want to get into DRC Congo, and we have Equity Bank already making some very good progress in that country. How can we leverage their presence in those markets to continue to create products for the customers in those export markets? So quite a huge opportunity right there.
Great, and fair enough. Someone could be watching and saying, okay, I was almost considering a certain brand, and I can see Rita here saying Isuzu is the way to go. What's your competitive advantage? What is this that you can tell this customer?
Buy an Isuzu truck. So over the years, we have spent a lot of our production and product planning effort on understanding our customers. And co-creating products that meet their needs. Our customers buy product because they want to derive value of those products. And we pay a lot of attention in understanding what is it that our customers are looking for, and creating products that really meet the expectations. At the core of our DNA is our diesel engine capability. It is durable. It is resilient. Gives you peace of mind and gives you value for money. With those 4 core attributes, we have sustained that DNA over the years, from product generation to the next. Those core diesel engine performance and capability have remained at the core. That's giving our customers confidence. Supported by that is the whole issue of after sales, to be able to support the customers to increase uptime so that they don't have to waste a lot of time coming in for service. We've increased our service touch point from about 13 to about 50, where you can access spare parts or service for our product. And with that, we're just growing.
Wow, lovely. And by the way, as we close that part, do you have warranties for someone who has decided, hey, this is my brand. Yeah.
Yeah. Our products, majority of our products come with a warranty of 3 years. Or 100,000 kilometers, whichever is fast.
Okay.
So that's a good warranty. And then we have what we call warranty consideration.
Yeah.
Sometimes we might be in a situation where the warranty has expired, and we have some consideration for some of our fleet customers, and we give them additional support. But what we are saying is more important for us is actually preventive maintenance. We have a tool that we have introduced in the market that enables us to be able to tell our customers when their vehicles are due for service, what they need to check. We train the drivers, we train the mechanics, so that they can be able to support this product, so it doesn't really have to go through so much maintenance, and therefore reducing the pain on the customer as far as maintenance costs are concerned.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for that, ladies and gentlemen.